Hey guys, this is Donovan from Cruise Craze TV. We're veering a little bit off of our normal. You know, normally I'm doing cruise related videos, cruise destinations. Right now we are here in beautiful Destin, Florida. We have booked a home here right on the beach, or pretty close to the beach actually. And so I wanted to share some information about a great tourist destination that's similar to cruising, but not exactly. This is a great environment if you're interested in going and just kind of chilling, hanging out, and if you're not wanting to cruise. Of course, our first destination choice is to cruise, but you know, this is a great other option. And I know many of you are looking for other options outside of cruising at certain times. So let's take this as an option. So this is a gated community. The expense was very low for us. And so I would just suggest, especially if you have multiple families that are wanting to go, this had 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and was really reasonably priced. So anyway, we are right here, really close, probably a block from the beach, certainly within walking distance. So let's go ahead and explore a little bit, and we'll take a look at the beaches, and then in just a little bit I will take you on a tour of the downtown Destin, Florida area to let you take a look at that. One other good thing that we found here was that we rented a house which gave us access to the private beach area. Now that was great because the public beach area, which was right down from where we stayed, was swarming with college-age students. And while that was fine, it was nice to have our own area that was just a little less populated. So this is the access, the private access for all these condos that are up and down the strip here. Has a gate code, looks like someone left it open. One interesting thing to note is that Destin, Florida is at spring break time not warm. So while it was pretty sunny the whole time that we have been here, the water is not warm. Matter of fact, the average temperature in March is 68 degrees, the average high temperature. And so we did get in the water. It was, well, let's just say it was brisk. So you just need to know that. You can get in it, wade in it, lay out. I mean, it's not cold out here. It's nice and nice temperature out here, but the water is definitely not the toasty Caribbean that you might be accustomed to for those of you who are cruisers. One thing that Destin, Florida is known for is its white sandy beaches. Interestingly, we are right here. Destin's located right on the Gulf of Mexico, and the beaches though get their sand. I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's a white, gosh, like a powdery kind of sand. And the sand comes from the Appalachian Mountains. Actually, it's some white crystals that have quartz crystals that have been ground down and have actually washed down the Gulf of Mexico and are deposited here for everybody to walk on. Nice thing about walking, it is like walking on powder. It's like walking on sugar, and it doesn't get really hot, doesn't get really cold, and it's very easy on your feet if you're walking around. This is also, the waters are kind of an emerald green. As a matter of fact, this is called the Emerald Beach, Emerald Coast. The waters are all this color of green. It's a little overcast today. Actually, it's kind of foggy, which is not uncommon. People out here fishing. Again, you can see all the condos facing the water. So you might be interested in renting one of those. We'll be coming out here just a little bit later. This sand is perfect for building sand castles. Waves are great, just great. You have to be cautious of the undertow for certain. Our grandkids are out here with us. They're 2 years old. Of course, can't swim. They came right to the edge with us, but we had to watch them very, very closely, because if they would fall, they could just kind of suck them right back out into the water. So we were very cautious. So I'll just say that. Come out here and enjoy your time, but be really, really cautious with little ones especially. Another thing that's interesting out here is that you can walk out into this water, goodness, a quarter of a mile even maybe, I'm not sure. We walked out pretty far yesterday. The water's really shallow all the way out. It's just the further you get out, you better be ready to get wet, because the waves get a little bit taller as you get further out, but the water is not necessarily deeper. There's a little bit of something for everyone to do. You can see there are kids out here playing football, frisbee. Our grandkids are 2. They were out playing in sand, wading in the water. The big people were out being foolish in the cold water. And then a little bit later, you'll see spring breakers laying in long lines sunbathing. So there really is a little bit of everything for folks here in the beaches of Destin, Florida. Last night we ate at a restaurant called Surf Hut. It's actually, I believe, in Miramar Beach, which is just adjacent to the Destin area. Delicious seafood. There's a lot of great seafood around here. I had these jumbo shrimp, stuffed jumbo shrimp and stuffed with crab, wrapped in bacon. Kind of healthy sounding, isn't it? It was delicious. So if you're interested in seafood, this is definitely a great destination for you. As I said before, we are here during spring break week. And so you know that at certain places you hear that can get kind of wild. And actually I've been really impressed by how the police here have stayed on top of things. You'll see little police carts driving by all over the place, actually carting students to make sure that they are, especially those that are drinking, playing beer pong, things like that, that they are of age to do that. And they keep the problems to a minimum. I don't think the whole time we've been here we've seen any issues whatsoever. So that's pretty impressive here. One of the main questions that I get all the time when talking about cruising versus destinations like this here in Destin. And there's so many differences between the two. We've really enjoyed this. The beaches are wonderful. You just have to be prepared that you do have to plan everything else. And I know for us as a family, we brought our kids, our grandkids. As a family, that can be a challenge to get everyone's consensus on eating and what you want to do for entertainment and those kind of things. And really, as you know, those of you who are cruisers, cruising provides all of that. It provides a variety of venues for entertainment and for food, and people can go kind of do their own thing and then come back together. The room accommodations are all included. You are taken to different destinations, dropped off at beaches, picked up. So cruising, for me personally, cruising is a great option. But just to break things up, I mean, we've obviously cruised a lot. And so, so to break things up a little bit, it is nice every once in a while to do something different. So this was a great trip. I would just say that as you're planning for that you make sure to budget accordingly, to know that, I mean, with a cruise, you pretty much have most of the costs taken care of at the time that you board the ship. For a destination like this, you need to be prepared for food and those kinds of things. For us, we chose to do breakfast and lunch every day at the house. We just made stuff and went to the grocery store, bought things and made them, and then we ate out at dinner each evening. And so that worked out for us. We splurged on one more expensive restaurant, and so we maintained the cost of all that. So if cost is a factor for you, that's another thing you might consider. A lot of these homes, there are a lot of homes that you can rent, and so I would just say just shop around, see where the location is, what the amenities are. Some of them have nice pools, like this one behind me is the one that was next door to us, where a lot of there was a fraternity there all week long. But and it actually, another thing you might consider is that it had a heated pool, which was great because it's not really warm here in March. So they were able to actually utilize their pool more than we were. We had a small pool at ours as well. So there are a lot of things to consider, but I would just say that that for those of you who cruise, that destinations like Destin should be an option that you maybe consider to switch things up for you just a little bit. Okay, here are some of the things. They have all kinds of places, little vendors, actually food trucks at the side, places where you can snorkel. Again, you can get frozen yogurt, fudge. A lot of the places where you would normally shop, even those of you who cruise, will be familiar with Del Sol, Caraloha, a lot of the same kinds of shops, shirt shops, sunglasses, hats. Such a cool vibe here. We're of course here during spring break, and it's crazy to me how non-busy it is. Lots of friendly people. I'm gonna walk you right quick down here by the actual harbor itself. You can actually see some of the jet skis, boats. You can rent time on some of these boats for the day, for a few hours. All the way down, as far as you can see, is one barge after another. They'll take you snorkeling, scuba diving. There was a bungee cord thing, I believe. And for those of you who want to be really close to the action, this is connected to a hotel. Several hotels, actually. I would just check online for Destin Harbor Boardwalk hotels. You've probably heard of Jacacuda's seafood. This is it right here. I think that we are probably going to eat right up here at Margaritaville, and I know that you guys are familiar with that. They have great food there. This is kind of a neat place. They have an amphitheater where they do shows out here. My guess is that as it gets a little warmer outside, or a little later, that they'll probably have some more activity going on out here. They have outdoor shops like you would see at some of the islands that you visit on cruises. Then, as I mentioned, of course, we have Margaritaville, Destin. So that's it for us here in Destin, Florida. Hope you enjoyed the tour. I'd really encourage you to try it out for yourself. There are some positive things with destinations like this. And then there are also, of course, positive things about cruise destinations. So I'd be interested in getting your feedback on that. just respond to this video. Anyway, it was great to visit with you guys. To find more videos of great destinations, just check us out at my YouTube channel. You can also find us at donovanfredrickson.com. It's donovanfredrickson.com. Until we see you later, bon voyage from Cruise Craze.